welcome back to a brand new video. It's me, Aline. If you're new here and you don't know who I am, I'm just basically like a normie on YouTube who lives in New York and is a writer and barista. And I'm here for a little updated morning routine moment and a little musings on mornings as a whole. Obviously, or maybe not obviously, because if you're new here, you wouldn't know this, but the coffee side of my life is what pays my bills. So that has been my survival job for about 4 years now. So I want to talk a little bit about it. I mean, I think that we're in a real moment in time, at least for the last like 10 to 20, 30, I don't know how many years, okay? I haven't been alive for that many of them, but there is this vibe out in the ether that somehow getting up early makes you like the best, toughest person on the planet. And that's wild because I just don't think that that's true. We're all so different, and the way that our lives are structured are obviously going to differ from person to person. I think it's limiting if there's only like one kind of schedule that deems you morally superior. I think that's why we see so many CEOs and Kris Jenner bragging about being up at 4 a.m. It's like really easy to be up at 4 a.m. if you have like a private chef and have nowhere to be.
I get up at 4 o'clock every morning. I'm a tiger on the prowl. How can people not answer their phone at 7 a.m.? It's like, it's almost lunchtime.
I remember during 2020, during lockdown, like I got up at 6 a.m. all the time to read for hours. And it is not the same thing as having to be somewhere at 6 a.m. because you're being paid to. It's not the same as having like a gentle morning with yourself. I think that being able to experiment and be flexible with your schedule is like such a luxury. But I also think that so many people work better at night than they do in the morning, and I don't think that makes people like less sophisticated, you know, or less disciplined. So I just want to say that up top. At the end of the day, like I am a morning person, but if I could spend my mornings not doing this, that also wouldn't be horrible. Even though I feel really lucky to have a survival job that one is over by the afternoon. Love that, because I'm somebody who like really treasures my afternoons and evenings. It allows me to have a social life as well and not be like, oh, sorry guys, I'm working, like if I was a server, which I did consider briefly when I first got to New York. It was tough. Like I did not take to the restaurant industry. I usually do skew to being a morning person though. I just like having more daylight, if I'm being honest. The darkness does things to my head. I like being up to be able to like see the sunrise and stuff. I think that psychologically it is very peaceful, especially living in a city like New York where things are just kind of wild out there. There's probably gonna even be background noise that really validates what I'm saying. It's nice to see these busy streets like really deserted. So I do think that it's peaceful, and I think that part of me has always gravitated towards that stillness. And when I was a hostess at this restaurant my first year in New York, it's hard to look back and analyze how I felt about it at the time because I was a little depressed, and by a little I mean a lot. So I struggled to get out of bed. I think I've said this somewhere on the internet that that's the year I really do remember as being like my big sloth year, because it was a bit of mental illness, but she's bounced back, and now I feel really lucky that my current job, I think, has played with the way that I see time. Like now, because my shifts start at 6 a.m., sleeping until 7 to me feels like, ooh, sleeping in. So that's been helpful, because I think before I used to really struggle with the idea of being up at any point before 9, and now I don't really feel that way, which has allowed me to have this kind of flexible relationship with time and my day. Because if I have a late night, I'll sleep until 9 and it feels amazing and I still have a lot of the day. If I'm on my ordinary schedule, I try to be asleep by like 10:30, 11 at the latest, and like wake up at 7 or 8. I'm just gonna brag a little bit too. I have started sometimes going to bed at 9:30. Aging is a privilege, and that privilege is mine, and I can't wait to go to sleep earlier and earlier, as the current trend really does make it seem like it will be the case. I also think I'm probably not that much of a night owl, but talking to other creatives and artists, a lot of them do stay up until like 1 or 2 in the morning working on their stuff, and I think that looks so cool. I think it's giving like an it girl quality that I just don't possess. So yeah, anyway, with that being said, let's get into my morning together. So most mornings begin just like this, by stumbling into my bathroom and having a big ol' yawn. Look at me, I am barely in my body. I'm just struggling with my robe and my headband. Anyway, something that I found so much love for in these early rises is podcasts. I always find that this early in the morning, it's really hard to listen to music that hits the right vibe. And here are some of my favorite podcasts recently. Except for this morning when Tortured Poets Department had come out and I had woken up to find that Miss Taylor Swift had dropped like 3 hours worth of music. Still giving it a few listens, but I do think it's too much music. It was really hard to get through for me, and that's just a hot take. This is my huge headband. Shout out to my headband. It's years old. I have to like double wrap it around my neck before I use it to wash my face. You know, she's living a sustainable lifestyle. I'm kidding. I really should just get a new one. Not to be a beauty guru about it, but I do put on sunblock and then I put in my contacts. If you don't want to see me touch my eyeball, please don't watch. Skip ahead. Trigger warning, eyeball touch. Then it's off to do my makeup for the day. I have a lightweight look for work. I usually do a tinted moisturizer for my face. That's me waving hello. And then I put on some concealer for any blemishes that I might have. I do have some pigmentation around my jaw that I like to cover up. And then I'm like, contouring. This is my new contour stick, the Milk one. I do like it, but sometimes I do find it's a little creamy and I'm not sure about the wear on it. This is me vibing to some song, not sure what it was, maybe Guilty as Sin on the new album. Then I'm going in with some blush and a little bit of an eyebrow pencil. I finish it all up with a quick layer of mascara. Nothing crazy. Then I'm off to make my bed. I feel like making the bed is how I know I'm gonna have a good day. It just makes me feel like a proper adult. It's nice to come home to and know that it's all set to get into at night. It just makes me feel a little bit more together. Then it's time to plan my outfit for the day, which always takes me a little bit longer than it should. On this particular day, I decided to pop a beanie on. It's not always the case. And then I put my hair up in these little buns. Go with the hat. I think it looks cute. I think it looks nice. I'd befriend me. Usually I try to pack a lunch and bring breakfast. So my lunch is leftovers. It's a leftover Mediterranean couscous salad that I made last night with kebabs. The kebabs are gone, but the couscous salad remains. And then I also pack just a bag of granola because we sell yogurt and bananas at the shop. So I usually just have yogurt, some granola, and some banana on top with some honey, which is delicious, and that way it's like a super low maintenance breakfast for me because there's nothing really to prep, so I can get out the door as fast as possible. Currently it is 6:03. I have 2 minutes to leave my house so I can get to work on time. So yeah, let's get this morning going. I guess it already has been going, but yeah, this is my little outfit. I'm wearing these camel pants and a hoodie from my dad's travel company in Chile, in Patagonia. So anyway, that's me. It's kind of raining today, so I'm kind of nervous that I did my hair, but we'll try to salvage. Then it's time to hop on my city bike. I am a city bike girly through and through. I got a membership last year, and not only do I feel like it saved me so much money since they raised the bus fare, but it makes me so happy. There's just something about zooming so fast on an e-bike with the wind through my hair on my way to work, and also all around the neighborhood, genuinely, because I take these everywhere. When I get to work, it's time to, you guessed it, work, baby, labor, like unpacking this milk order that was 40 gallons of unseen milk. It's time for my opening hour, so my hour when no one else is around. I have a little breakfast when I'm done with my responsibilities right before the door opens, and me and my coworkers get started on serving the community. I do feel currently in a very peaceful place with my service job. I feel like I have enough going on outside of it that genuinely it doesn't feel like my world. I'm only there 4 days a week, but when I am there, I'm grateful for the work. I feel like it's a great way to get off my phone and like connect with people. It's very grounding in that way, even when there are bad days. And I am super passionate about coffee. I get to drink coffee like all day and talk to people about it, which I love. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know that this video has a little bit of a different structure, a different feel than a traditional vlog. I'm trying to upload more often, and sometimes that means that like videos just have to be a little bit more cutesy, bite-sized. Yeah, thanks so much. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you like. Subscribe here to keep up with what I'm doing here. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.